Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Kodash, Ma. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Akim pushing the truth around the four corners of this earth. There we're doing a sit-down lesson today. I'm the Kakara Banyasharala.
Atanyala Banyasharala.
Kanaksawan Banyasharala.
Zariel Banyasharala.
Today we'll be doing a lesson about, we'll just say, having the confidence in the Most High or subscribing to His name. You know, singing a song that only the elect few that the Heavenly Father has chosen can sing. We're the only ones that knows this song, because 2/3 of our people, they don't know this song. They try to sing it, but they sing the words the wrong way, or they off pitch, or they're not in the right key. So, without further ado, we're gonna get the first scripture.
Oh, I get it. This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 1. It says, "In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city, salvation. Yahawah appoint for walls." What is that? And
Bulwarks.
And bulwarks.
So in that day a song shall be sung in the land of Judah. So the elect men of Yasharallah of Israel, that song to be sung is the truth. The song, knowing the Heavenly Father's name, knowing the name of our Lord and Savior, our big brother, whom people ignorantly call Jesus. Knowing the name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahawah. People like to say God. There's many gods. God is a title. It's not a name.
And basically, the song is really about Yahawashi, and it's a journey of doing the will of His Father, Yahawah, and delivering the ones that were chosen to be partakers in His glory. The scriptures say all of Israel shall be saved, but 2/3 of Israel is not going to be able to partake in the glory that comes when Yahawashi shows up in His glory, because the elect are going to be glorified right along with their bigger brother. That's why He said He shall not drink the fruit of the vine anymore till we're with Him in the kingdom. So the glory and praise that we give unto Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi will be reciprocated on the ones that He chose to be able to know that song and sing that song of the song of Yahawashi. All right, verse 2, it says, "Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation may keep that which keepeth the truth may enter in." And those gates that are opening up is go back to is the way is the straight gates, the gates of suffering and the gates of understanding the word and the truth of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi.
God.
All right, it says, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed upon thee, because he trusts in thee."
So,
Go ahead.
So, us subscribing to the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi, the names, you know, that keeps us in perfect peace, that keeps us in alignment, that keeps us right. And our minds are constantly stayed upon the Most High, stayed upon Yahawashi, our Lord and Savior. Because why? Because we trust in the Heavenly Father, and we trust in our Lord and Savior, our big brother.
And keeping our mind on Yahawashi is focusing upon the truth, because He became the living word, the walking truth. And what did He say in John chapter 17, verse 17? He says, "Sanctify them through that truth." That word is truth. Like He's saying, I am truth because you spoke of me and I came from you. And you gave me your word, and sanctify them with the word, the spirit which you've given into me. And that's what Yahawashi was saying in that prayer to Yahawah in John chapter 17. All right. Verse 4 says, "Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, Yahawah is everlasting strength. For He bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city that layeth low, the lofty city He layeth low. He layeth it low even to the ground, He bringeth it even to the dust."
So He bringeth them down that dwell on high. Right now, who's dwelling on high right now? Well, who's dwelling on high at the moment right now? I'll stick to the first point. These Edomites, you know, whom you know, so they like to call themselves Caucasians, they like to call themselves white people, but the Most High bringeth them down that dwell on high. You know, that lofty city, He layeth it low.
I got you, precept.
Gone.
And that lofty city is Babylon. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Come, because oh, you got it.
It's like, go ahead.
All right. So basically, that city that he's bringing down is America ultimately, and who's gonna fall once that city falls? Because America is a beacon city that pushes the agendas and of Esau, of Edom. All right. So Edom is the haughty spirit that's being brought down because they're the physical counterpart of Satan. They are the devil. All right. But that city, that major city, is talking about that the Lord's gonna bring down is America, man. All right, it says, verse 5 again, it says, "For he bringeth down them that dwell on high, the lofty city, he layeth it low. He layeth it low, even to the ground, he bringeth even to the dust." All right, and think about it, because he's going to bring it down to the ground, just like how when we got invaded by Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians, it was Edom that was saying, raise it, meaning tear it down, tell them to tear down our city. And they tore down our village and our temple and burned it down. All right, and the Lord's going to return the favor unto them. The Lord still has controversy against them for the things that they've done in the past. He's never dealt with them dealing with that, or the things that he did now, that they're doing now. That's why he kept them in that lot. Verse 6, it says, "The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy." Right. Who are the needy? Who are the poor? All right. We're poor and meek. He said the poor, the meek shall inherit the earth. He's talking about the elect of the children of Israel, man. This is all about the process of salvation for those that believe in the name of YAHAWASHI and what he's going to do for them, for the things that were done unto us, you know?
I got a precept.
All right.
This is Psalm chapter 40, start at verse 2. It says, "He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the mire clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And he had put, Salaki,
Go ahead.
And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord."
And that's a beautiful thing, because what did it say in verse 1? It was talking about the song. Let me go back to verse 1 and bring that out again after I go. This is Isaiah 26:1. It says, "In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will Yahweh appoint for the walls of the bulwarks." All right. And now Jerusalem was a people before it was a place. So when it's saying that city, it's talking about the elect of Israel, man. All right. So bring that out again.
Start back at verse 2 of chapter 40 of Psalms. "He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the mire clay, and set my feet upon a rock." And that rock is YAHAWASHI. He's our foundation. "And established my goings. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord."
And that pit it's talking about is America. All right. First, the bottomless pit was Europe. All right. And what did they do? They left from Europe and established America, because that's where America comes from. Comes from Britain. All right. So that pit it's talking about is America, and that's where the bulk of the deliverance is going to come from. Got a precept. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh the poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up." Right. So you're seeing Esau be brought down low, and the only reason that he's brought up high is because of his riches, his establishment in the earth through trickery, robbery, and deception, right? And mainly his haughtiness in his spirit. But the spirit that's within him is not upright. You get it? So in his mind, he's lifted up on high, and he's deceived the whole world to make them feel like he's up high. But it's all a delusion, and the Lord is going to bring that all down. All right, he's going to bring the haughtiness of Esau down. All right, go ahead.
Real quick. This is a precept. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 25. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. So the Lord is saying, I am against the old destroying mountain. Everywhere these Edomites step foot, they destroy. They kill, they rob, they murder.
And how do they do it? They through their government and their policies. That's because that mountain right there is talking about their government that they established. They established it first in the Greco-Roman Empire, and they carried it all over from Europe and to America.
Which they destroyed all the earth with their demonocracy. You know, and so the Most High said, I will stretch out my hand, meaning I'm going to recall or look into your wicked doings and roll thee down from the rocks. I mean, he's going to take them down out of power. We're going to take Esau down. And he's going to make them a burnt mountain. That's a quite literal thing. He's going to really burn these Edomites up, like for real, destroy them.
Burn them out. He's going to burn them up with the missiles. Go ahead.
This name 3 and 4, because of the multitudes, Salaki, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, it's talking about America, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts, right, man? Because this place is full of deceit, all right, deception, witchcraft, folly, all right, utter wickedness, man. And ultimately, they try to spread that throughout the four corners of the earth, amongst other nations, all right? And that's making the other nations mad, man. They're noticing that they took a sip of that wine, of that folly, man. They've been deceived. I want to get one more verse. It's verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, YAHAWASHI, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, man. So again, like the brother brought up, man, the Most High is against you, man. All right, he has a controversy with the inhabitants of this land, man, pertaining to Hosea chapter 4.
And in the scriptures that we bring out, guess what? That is that song that's being sung. This is a song that does not need to be rearranged or remixed. And that song we're saying is this truth. And a lot of cats can't get it. They don't get it. You know, they sing, but you know, they beats don't be banging and they rhymes be whack. So
bars.
They don't get the point across.
Let me get this. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. It says, because you can get Revelation 14 after that too. Because 2/3 of our nation are not going to be able to sing this song. They're not going to even understand the song. The song is not going to be pleasant to them because they're not seeking YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a lovely song, very lovely song. One that hath a pleasant voice. A pleasant voice. What did YAHAWASHI say? Because the book, the volume he's written in the volume of the book. He's the one that came bearing the writer's ink on. He's the author of his own salvation and the salvation of Israel. And he came doing the will of the Father. All right. So it says, so he's a lovely song to those that believe in his name. All right. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a lovely song, one that hath a pleasant voice. All right, and what he also said, he said, my sheep hear my voice and they know me. Right, so when he came 2,000 years, almost 3,000 years ago, singing this lovely song, the ones that were able to sing with him, that understood the song, are here today doing the same thing. All right, it says, one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. Right, so if you don't understand the song fully, like these other false camps, right, our main enemy is Esau. That is our main enemy and these other nations. But you have individuals within Israel, because what did Paul say? Not all of them are Israel that are of Israel. And he talking about these other camps, false camps, that are under the 501c3 charter. We'll say it again. 501c3 charter, right? They're trying to uplift and build communities within Babylon. The only community that we're supposed to be building is spiritually, that spiritual art under the name of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI.
That information isn't very hard to find.
Right. And if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, like the scripture just said, he's a pleasant instrument, only unto them that understand. So if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare themselves for the battle? Right? You're not preparing the people. If you're not preaching 100% truth, you're not preparing the people for what's to come. If you're not telling them the RFID chip is a mark of the beast, you're not preparing them for what's to come. You're not telling them the name of Yahweh and Yahawashi to call upon for salvation. You're not preparing them for what's to come. All right? And it says, and can play well on an instrument. And I will start over. This Ezekiel 33 and 32. It said, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but do them not. See, you have 2/3 of our people that are not able to do the words of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. Why? Because they don't understand the song, right? And the song is reprovance unto them, and they don't want to reprove themselves. They don't want to change. They rather follow a religion that deems them to live according to the way they want to live their lifestyle. And that's one reason why people, like, when you hear throughout the scriptures time and time again, the Lord shall rise against the ones that hate him. They hate him because he's rebuking everybody, telling everybody they're wicked. Hey, this is a way for you to go. Get away from that wide path and go through the straights, through the gates, man. That's how you get to salvation. But in order to go through these gates, right, as soon as they get to the gate, and you're like, hey, when you get to this gate, in order for you to get entry, you have to live your life like this. Oh, no. They turn around and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So they pipe unto Esau instead of piping unto the Lord, Yahawashi. Any precepts? All right, go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 7, verse 2. It says, thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his hand. And this is the Most High talking to Moses. Verse 3, and I will burden the Salakia. I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. So Yahweh Yahawashi told Moses that he has to go tell Pharaoh to let Israel go. And he told Moses that Pharaoh is not going to let him go. But he had to do it because it's the way that the story has to play out. And right now we're in the same spirit of Moses telling Esau, hey, your kingdom is going to be brought to low and the children of Israel are going to rise. But Yahweh Yahawashi has allowed their kingdom to be so high that their pride, in their inward thought is that their house is never going to fail.
Okay.
And so, and it's all so that way he can bring his judgment and show that he exists.
Okay. Like I said, just for the same Romans, just for the same reason, he rose up Pharaoh to show his power within him. That's how. Who is the modern day Pharaoh right now? Is Trump. And Trump is trying to make it a dictatorship to where he does not. He don't want to come out of office.
He really don't.
That's scripture. The second Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So, hey, that's what you got here, man. Like the brother just brought out, man. Hey, this utter hell and chaos finna hit the streets of Babylon, man, of America, man. And the people rather, hey, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, rather loathe the law, rather despise the men of the Lord, all right, that's giving you this truth, and ultimately despise the word of Yahawashi Yahawashi, despise the one who sent them, man.
We were talking earlier about how much crime is happening right now, and earlier, just now, the brother just said it's gonna be hell. It already is hell. People think that the economy is collapsing just because of the coronavirus. Even if there wasn't a coronavirus, this place would be collapsing. All right, people, they talk about a huge economic collapse right now. They say it and people hear it, but they think, oh, it's just because of the virus. It's not because of the fact that America is trash. Go ahead.
Add on to that, because that's that witchcraft, man. How the elect got their eyes open, man. They understand and they can see. But hey, that witchcraft and that wine is so strong that these people are drunk out here, man.
Right.
And they don't know what the hell's finna hit them, man.
They don't, because, and think about it, if Esau doesn't play on words, Esau is so prideful that he'll tell you what he's doing indirectly, and Jake won't even follow behind it. Just think about it. Now, the money that was issued out for the first wave of the coronavirus, right? They called it a stimulus check. Why wouldn't they call it some type of social reform or social recovery for the people? A stimulus check. Why? Because they're stimulating the economy. What is the first thing Jake did, right? When the stimulus check was getting up, they went and started spending money, buying shit. They put off evictions. Jake knew they wasn't finna get evicted, and they got this money. You think they spent that money on bills? No, they didn't spend that money on bills.
Now you got 100 million that might be evicted. That might be kicked out of their homes.
Exactly. Now, boom. So Esau showed you what he's finna do, but through smooth and cunning words and devised fables, that's how he pushes his agenda. But what did the scripture say? We are not ignorant of Satan's wicked devices, man. You know?
Well, they didn't stop evictions and stop payments. They paused it. So yeah, you don't got to pay your rent for like a good 2-3 months. All right, that's cool. Now you can spend your money on something else. But as soon as this is lifted, you got to pay the whole 3 months of rent at one lump sum.
Boom. Now you're 3 months behind. Now when you're 3 months behind, they can push evictions even faster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can get you out of there even quicker.
Yep. And they said it was a mass eviction happening right now, and it's going to the homeless number is swelling up here in America.
Come on.
It might be even better because from what they're saying, no homeless people have tested positive for coronavirus. Go figure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any more precepts? I'll go back to this Isaiah.
You go back to Isaiah.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 5. It says, "For he bringeth down them that dwelleth on high, the lofty city layeth it low. He layeth it low, even to the ground. He bringeth them even to the dust." All right. So what is it saying? Let me get the scripture real quick. Bring it out one more time. Did I bring it out before? Come sit down in the dust of Britain, daughter of Babylon.
Isaiah 47.
Yeah.
Come.
I did. I brought it out. Come. All right.
Again.
No, we ain't gotta bring it out again. It says, verse 6. It says, "Thy foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou must upright doest weigh the path of the just." Right. So the way of the ones that believe in YAHAWASHI and truth and sincerity is upright. But according to Habakkuk chapter 2, the way of the devil, the soul that's within him is not upright in him. So his spirit is not upright, meaning he's unjust. All right. So this is our battle, is to fight against the unjust. But the just not only have to fight against the unjust like Esau, but then we have to fight against the unjust within our nation, man. Because they have their own agendas that they want to push.
My cousin, two of my cousins, one, he was working at a really, really good job, a really nice, high-paying job. And he brought another one of our cousins on because he was in need of a job. Boom, they working together, it's cool. The one cousin who was brought on somehow ratted out the other cousin who brought him on just so that he could take his job.
And that's what we do. That's what we do. Like that was taught during the time of slavery. For us to cross each other up like that, man. You know, Jake always trying to have a one-up on each other, man. But they don't want to rise up against Esau.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? You got them agent provocateurs that claim to be, you know what I'm saying? Soldiers and shit. Like, bro, come on, man. We know you was getting money to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to claim that. And the crazy part about it, ain't no Black Panther ever claimed to be, you know what I'm saying? Anybody in that Black Panther spirit ain't never, that I know of, I could be wrong, ever claimed to be part of the 12 tribes. Because they denounced the Bible. They denounced the Bible. They say it's a white man's book. And that's what put us in slavery. So for him to say that first, that we know we the 12 tribes, they trying to tie up to the real ones that really preach the truth, man. That's why I call him an agent provocateur. You know what I'm saying? Because you think, man, we're not dumb to that.
Yeah, come on. And the scriptures say, what, a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways.
In all his ways,
he
man.
He has. If you go to his Facebook profile, as the brother's been exposing this dude, all right, he has books from Hotep, all right, Behold the Pale Horse, all right, he's in all type of philosophies, man. He's been studying and dotting his I's and crossing his T's to different sectors of so-called religion, all right.
And how could you be a man of the Lord, knowing that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, holding a gun? I don't make no sense.
For example, this is the only weapon we need right here. Because guess what? Even though Esau's blessing is a sword, right? He used this to put us in slavery. You feel me? It wasn't a physicalness. It wasn't a brute strength behind it, right? It was a mental thing that he did. So guess what he did? He used our weapon against us. So why the hell we want to use his weapon? We need to get our weapon back because it's in the wrong hands.
Hey, that's spiritual, man. Because I was watching the show, the movie The Django the other day, and we were speaking about it at the camp and how they have Ruhilda in the ground in the hole. But lo and behold, nevertheless, you go to the old slave movies, all right? They'll be whipping Jake with a whip, but they'll have scriptures on them, reading scriptures, man. All right, but it shows you that they had the property, the possession, the children, the apple of the Lord's eye, all right? And this was the instructions, man.
The main movie, Slocky, cut you off. The main movie is 12 Years a Slave. He had a Bible, and he was reading it. He was quoting a scripture, and it was about it was about how a master should obey, a servant should obey his master. All right, and at the time they were slaves. At the time they was the oppressors.
Correct.
So they was using that
to manipulate. They're using the instructions, all right, of the Israelites, to manipulate them. You know, using the instructions of how we're supposed to govern our life, the book of life, all right, the scriptures, all right, and using it against us, man, to basically turn us, enrich us, and make us wicked, all right. And that's what you got here today. Exactly.
Now, boom. Once they had us in subjection, right? They did away with the Bible. They no longer deal with the Bible like that no more. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So once they had us, they used it to put us in subjection. Once they had us in subjection, they were like, okay, we don't need this no more. And guess what? We'll throw it away, and they're going to despise it. Like Apostle Zahar likes to say all the time, like when people try to say, oh man, when they come out of the churches, they automatically try to say that the Bible is a white man's book. So they throw the baby, what is the term he say? They throw the baby out with the bathwater. Meaning this is the foundation right here, but you don't want to look at it because, you know what I'm saying? Because it was used by Esau. That's just like if you have the ATM machine and you get money out and somebody come to you with a gun and put it to your head and say, get all the money out you can right now, right? And get it to me right now. Are you going to be acting mad at the gun? I don't want to look at no more guns. Or mad at the person holding the gun. You feel me? And that's the point right there. Once they had this in subject, go ahead, much love.
And the scripture that they read from was about a lot thinner, a lot thinner. They took out a lot of verses that told us who we were. They took out a lot of parts of the Bible.
But we're actually specifically in the book of Matthew, in the NIV version, it has the part that is missing out of that is he has come to save, roughly paraphrasing, them who was lost. All right, it's missing the scripture out of Matthew in the NIV. You know what I'm saying? Like the NIV omits a lot of scriptures.
That's Esau taken away from the word, and it says in Revelation, if you take away from the word or add to it, your place will be taken out of the book of life, and the plagues of this book will be added unto you.
He was taken out of the way when he sold his birthright. Anyway, he was taken out of the way before the foundation.
So anyway, 2/3 of our own people, they do the same thing, man, following Esau's ways and take away and add on to the word of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
And they go off of what they feel and how they think. Newsflash, the Lord don't care what you think or how you feel. What he cares about is his word and the way he set it up for it to be went by. That's why he set up pastors and teachers according to his heart. These theological seminary schoolers and these theologians, they don't have the juice.
These Hebrew camps not using the true and rightful names, they don't got the juice.
They not singing the song the right way.
They don't got the lyrics.
They don't got the lyrics. They can't get the beat down. You know, they in the studio, basically like we'll say the studio, they reading the book, they in the studio, but they trash. They don't know how to make no beats.
All right, let's get back to these lyrics then. That's a pretty I'll get back to 26. All right, this is Isaiah 26:8. It says, yea, in the way of judgment, O Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, have we waited for thee. Right, so we're waiting on judgment. That's why we can't go put somebody to death for eating pork or being a homosexual or committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not adultery anymore, it's entanglements. You know what I'm saying? We can't uphold the laws of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. And I just read an article that for the first time in some odd years, America has done capital execution. They just took somebody, put somebody to death for murder. I forgot who it was, All right, but they're willing to uphold their laws and policies. And the thing about it is, the laws of YAHAWASHI are concrete. If you do this, this is the judgment. If you do that, this is the judgment. Now, if you get locked up for something, if you got enough money, right, to get a good lawyer, you can get off on it, no matter if you're guilty or whatever, right? And let's just say you do get found guilty, it's up to the judge for sentencing, right? But the Most High, YAHAWASHI laws are concrete. You do this, this is the judgment. That's it. Ain't no wavering. It doesn't matter how much. You can't buy your way out of nothing dealing with the Lord. That just goes real quick. That just goes to show you, Esau can't use his money to buy his way out of anything. Well, like that's what the Lord said. What kind of recompense can you give me? I will turn my recompense upon your own head. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead. You have something?
I was gonna say you could be on camera, caught doing the crime, but if your lawyer good, you can get off scot clean free.
Off saying, unlawful search, or they'll find some loophole in the system, and there's no loopholes in the system that YAHAWASHI is gonna set up in righteousness when YAHAWASHI shows up.
And that's one of the main reasons why they despise this word of Yahweh Yahawashi and its truth, because there are no loopholes. You can't slip, you can't slide, you can't duck, and you can't hide. The Most High is like, no, like the brother Kanat was saying, it is a specific judgment for everything. If you knock that lamp over, you getting slapped across the face. That's the judgment. It ain't no if you knock it over and you
use your left hand so it don't count.
Yeah, no. The Most High is like adultery. That's a sin unto death. A man and a woman. This man is entered into this other man's wife. That man come home, put both of them to death. It's simple. Don't do that. That's the judgment for it. Death. Same thing with homosexuality. Well, alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, let's use that. We can't even. It's so crazy. You can't even say the words you want to say. This Isaiah 26:8 said, "Yea, in the way of judgment of thy judgment, O Lord, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name." Right, to the name. What is the name? That's so important. Yahweh and YAHAWASHI. And to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. And what does the scripture say? Those that seek me early will find me. You know? You're going to have some that come in at that last hour, but then you're going to have, after that last hour, after that sixth trump, when the missiles is coming, it's too late. Once that breaches is closed, the way of the truth is sealed up, right? That's it. Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 22. It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth."
And what's the beast of the earth? Yeah, we got animals and shit out here, but the beast of the earth, the brute beast is Esau. He's the beast of the earth, right? Because that's his way of thought. His thought process is like a brute beast, man. He's like what they call a natural man. He doesn't have the spirit, and 2/3 of our people fall up under that, being natural men. Brute beasts, man.
Carnal mindset.
Carnal mindset. Water. It says, Isaiah 26:9, it says, "My soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness." And that's beautiful. Because when it's judgment, when we're allowed to, man, what does the scripture say? We shall wake up upon our bed with a sword in our hand, executing judgment. You know what I'm saying?
Meditating terrors, or meditating the Most High's laws and wills and what He wants us to apply to these other nations, out into the world, that of a righteous vibration.
So that's putting a righteous foot in your ass, Esau. The bottom line.
Like a hot, fiery righteous foot.
Isaiah 26:10, it says, "Let favor be showed unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness." And you're seeing that to this day. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. But he ain't finna put righteousness on the earth.
Nope.
Not at all.
Come on, quick interjection.
Come on.
This Psalms 37:1. "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb, man. So, hey, they judgment coming, man. It's a set and appointed time that YAHAWASHI will cut off wickedness from upon this place, man. All right.
I got a precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 8. It says, "If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter. For he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they." So when we see the oppression of our people, when we see in the violent perverting of Esau's laws, his statutes and regulations, don't marvel at it. When we see justice is not being served, don't marvel at the matter. For because the Most High is he sits high and he looks low, so he is higher than Esau's highest rulership. You know, it's a power that's higher than all of them.
Hey, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, he say, man, according to Daniel 4. All right.
All right. This is Isaiah 26:10. It said, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord." Right. And we're talking about he's still oppressing the children of Israel. Even we telling him how wicked he's being. He's telling him he's being the devil. He ain't gonna learn. What is it? Psalms chapter 50. "Unto the wicked, what have you to do with my covenant, to take my covenants in thy mouth, seeing though that you'll hate destruction?" I think it's 50 and 13. Yeah, you can bring it up.
And this Psalms 50 and 16. "But unto the wicked, YAHAWASHI say, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?"
I mean, exactly. So we could tell Esau he's being wicked. We could tell Esau and 2/3 of our people about these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because, yeah, we do teach about the laws, statutes, and commandments, but we teach that you cannot get delivered according to the law. That's just it. Because we cannot hold the law 100%. That's why YAHAWASHI came down as a sacrificial lamb. Because the atonement to sin is death. And he came down for the elect of Israel. All right?
And he continues on, "Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee."
Boom, cast the words behind me. But you want to say, "In God we trust." But you want to beat us and hold the Bible in your hand and read scriptures.
And that goes back all the way from the beginning, man, from Esau, man. What profit does this birthright has to do with me?
That's exactly how he felt. He was like, what is it gonna do? I'll sell it for some food. And then when it was time to get blessings, when it was time to get a blessing,
He wanna cry.
well, he wanna cry and act like a little bitch.
Like they do when we be out there teaching the piano. So you're telling me because I'm white I can't get saved? First of all, you're not white. All right, let's get your word play games that you do, semantics that you playing with these words. Let's get that out the way. You eat them, wasted away. You know,
Sasha, wasted away is he. What you are. But yeah.
All right, I got
Go ahead.
You got another precept?
No, I had a ball, not a precept.
All right. Isaiah 26:10, it said, "Let favor be shown unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not hear." All right, and the hand of the Lord is the elect of Israel. All right, so when we're rising up, right, in righteousness, right, becoming a strong army, right, and also the hand are the chariots. The hand is his destruction. The hand is his judgment, and we're bringing forth that judgment out there on the highways and byways. All right, but there ain't nobody listening but the elect. All right, it says, "Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all our works in us." Right. So what is it saying? What is that? Hebrews said the Lord is not unrighteous to forget the labors of love that you showed upon him. So with us coming out here doing this work and making these videos, you know, there's a reward for that. And if you think about it, honestly, there really shouldn't be a reward. All the wickedness that we've done in the past. And that just shows the mercy, you know what I'm saying, the righteousness, the mercy, how merciful YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI is. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I forget about, that's why he said, I forget about all your sins. I'm going to forget about that. Just work this work for me right now, and I'm going to glorify you in my name. And he made a promise to that, just like he made a promise to the prophecies. So when you see the prophecies unfold, then the Lord spoke of this before, and he had me speaking of this. So then you know that he's a God of power that cannot lie. So the promises that he made to us are coming right behind it. All right? It says, verse 12, it says, Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all our works in us. Our Lord, our power, other lords besides thee have had dominion over us, but thee only will we make mention of thy name. Right. So we only mention the name of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, not no Most High and you feel me?
Yeah,
no, you know what I'm saying? We're not giving that glory unto another. We're not going to give that glory unto another. You know, we're going to give all the glory and praise to YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI.
We're gonna subscribe to subscribe to the name of the Lord. We're gonna subscribe to the power and the majesty and the leadership and the guidance of Yahweh Yahushua. Period. And being in this truth, you know, depending on your experience, you got a lot of people that want them, that they want you to give your glory unto them rather than Yahweh Yahushua. And when you don't do it and you stand stiffly for the truth, they get mad at you.
Right.
They get angry with you. Because you won't bend and buckle to just say to their will, for lack of a better term.
That's a pretty good term, their will, because everybody, a lot of people have their own intentions at mind, and not the intentions of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Just like when the apostles came up, when YAHAWASHI just got through talking to the woman by the well, and he said, "I have meat that you know not of," and they were like, "Well, did somebody come bring him some meat while we was gone?" He's like, "No, my meat is to do the will of the Father." YAHAWASHI didn't even have his own intentions when he was on the earth. He came strictly doing the will of the Father, and we are to follow in his footsteps. Precepts.
I got one.
All right.
This Exodus 23:13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. So that just lined up with the scripture the brothers just brought out, man. All right, hey, you should not be mentioning no other gods, man.
Let no corrupt communication come out of your mouth, but that which is edifying to the people, that they may grow and be ministered to, you know, according to the truth.
All right. This is Isaiah 26:13. It says, "O Lord, our power, O Yahweh, our power, other lords besides thee have had dominion over us. But by thee only will we make mention of thy name. They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish." And who is going to perish? All these idols and the haughtiness of Esau and Edom as a nation. All that's going to be done away with.
And all, according to what that is, verse 13, all the other lords, meaning all these other people that ruled over our people, the Most High is going to destroy them too. He's going to take them down. And also going back to these false idols, because these idols and these deities that they're dumb gods. They don't live. They don't breathe. They can't move. They have to be fastened. You have to paint them. You have to carve them out of something. You know, it's crazy.
All of it is imagination. Like somebody had made a beautiful post on Facebook, and they said all these people trying to be in tune with nature, they need to get their ass in tune with who made it. And that's bottom line. They're trying to be one with nature. No, they said one with nature. They're trying to be one with nature, but they need to be one with the one who created nature. YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, that's who you become one with. Right? Because he gave us dominion over everything. So why would you put yourself below something that he gave you dominion over? You go back to Genesis, He gave dominion to Adam over all the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air. So why are you worshiping things that he gave us dominion over? Worship the creator, not the creation, because we are creations itself. Come on.
This Romans 1 and 25, who changed the truth of Yahweh, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
You go ahead, bro.
That's just it, man. It's clear as day. And I'll read it one more time again. This Romans 1 and 25, who changed the truth of Yahweh, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, into a lie. And that's what these people do out here, man. They change the truth of this book, all right, of how you should govern your life, how you should live, all the way down to the dietary laws of how you eat, all right? They changed that. They changed the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, man. They worship and serve the basis of men, all right, who this world was given in the hands of, man, the wicked. Job 9 and 24.
The people of India, the Elamites, they worship the cow.
They worship Kali.
Like it's not even like a strong animal. Like,
hey, I saw something about the bar mitzvah, right? And how like the fake Jews, they wrap around something around their arm like 7 times or a certain amount of times around their arm on the bar mitzvah or whatever. And they that's equivalent to what they do in Mecca and you Muslims do, praying to a rock and the amount of times that you circle around the damn rock. It's all vanity. It's all folly, man. There's no power in those gods, man.
And it all goes back to ancient Babylon with Nimrod. That's where all these different idols stem from. And man, listen, we can't just put it on the other nations because what does the scripture say? Judah, as many cities you have, as many gods you have. You know, so you know the scriptures also said we have surpassed the wicked in wickedness. So, oh, you finna get it?
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so we have surpassed the wicked in wickedness. But you have a remnant that sigh and cry for the abominations that are done in the midst of Israel. And not the city itself, but like I said, like the scripture said, Israel was the people before it was a place. And Israel was scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. So in the midst of Israel could be anywhere. You know, because we're scattered throughout the 4 corners. We're not in our land. We're not just in America. You know, we got brothers in Holland, brothers in Philippines, brothers in Africa, brothers in China, everywhere, man. We got brothers everywhere.
And didn't travel there to set up no damn school or building no church 501 with a 501c3 charter to do it, man. All through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, man. Those men seeing their teachers, man. All right, waking up from the dead, man, from the dunghill, man, getting raised up like those warriors and superheroes in the time of judges, man.
What does the scripture say? This truth, this message will be preached around the whole earth. Then the end shall come.
And Christianity been around the whole earth for a long time.
Super long time. It ain't nothing ended yet. But
and the original Christianity, they used to do some pagan ass shit. They used to
whip
they used to whip their back real bad if they like
afflicting themselves. It's crazy. You beating the hell out of yourself. And then the Lord say, afflict yourself. Sometimes the Lord say, pull back from certain things from time to time. You know?
And that's what the affliction means, meaning like the Day of Atonement is afflicting the flesh, meaning no food, no water from sundown to sundown. Like the Feast of Tabernacles is affliction to yourself, meaning come out of, like, if you live in a nice home. I was reading this in Nehemiah. Going sleeping in the wilderness for like a week or so. I'm not sure how the whole holy day goes, but it's to humble yourself. That's what they're afflicting yourself. That's why we're going through the furnace of affliction, to humble ourselves, to prepare ourselves for the kingdom. Because you can't be a haughty person and be a judge or a king, because you're ruling unrighteousness, and Esau is showing you that you cannot rule righteously being haughty. But we're being purged, because Israel could be prideful as a motherfucker. But we're being purged, the elect are being purged for all pridefulness, to prepare us to be righteous judges on the earth, man.
Not emotional.
Not emotional.
Dealing in the balance, man. Because what the scriptures say, man, a false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI.
And also moving out of emotion, especially anger. One that is so angry, dealing foolishly. When you quick, you mad, you fly off the handle, you deal foolishly. You can cause all plethora of different things to happen.
And the goal is to like that's a pet peeve of mine for someone that say like to do something real fucked up and they try to blame it on them being angry. To me, you thought about that shit before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just ain't never. You just weren't. You just nothing brought it out of you. But it just so happened whatever situation was, it was brought out of you. So it was always there. You know, because you can't pull stuff out of thin air. You feel me? This is any more precepts? Want to keep going?
No.
All right. This is Isaiah 26 and I'm gonna go to 13 because I was on 14. Oh no. You're right, 15. All right. It says, "Thou hast increased the nation, O Lord. Thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast removed it far unto all the ends of the earth. Lord Yahweh, in trouble have they visited thee. They pour out a prayer when thy chastening was upon them." Right. So we the elect understand that it's chastening upon us, and we call upon the name of YAHAWASHI. But even back in the day, you had the 2/3 that would call upon the name of YAHAWASHI just to get deliverance and go right back to doing the wicked stuff they were doing from before.
Right.
When we came out of Egypt, you had people that were praising YAHAWASHI with the congregation, but when they went into their tents, they had the idols from Egypt that they were worshiping.
All manner of wickedness behind closed doors.
And the thing about it is, the Most High, let me tell you how slick he is. He knew, man, listen, you can't slick a can of oil. He created all of this, man. That's why he said, get all the gold and the jewelry, borrow all that from the Egyptians, because he knew the minds of the Israelites. He knew their minds. He knew once he took Moses up on the mountain for those 40 days and 40 nights, however long it was, I could be mistaken. When he took them up there to write down the law, statutes, and commandments, he knew that they were going to make them a graven image. He knew that beforehand. Playing chess, chaturanga, being 4-5 steps ahead, knowing the minds of Israel that they were wicked. All right? So he set them up to their own demise, but he knew there was a remnant within Israel that he could trust with his word, starting with his son, YAHAWASHI. And they were going to have the same spirit upon them that he placed upon his son. All right? Verse 16, it says, "Lord, in trouble have they visited thee. They poured out a prayer when thy chastening was upon them. Like as a woman with child that draweth near to the time of delivery is in pain and crieth out in her pangs. So have we been in thy sight, O Lord." Right? But you got 2/3 of our people that are so prideful that won't call upon the Lord, YAHAWASHI. That was your phone? All right, you want to set it up again?
No.
All right, so you have 2/3 of our people that still, with Black Lives Matter, they called upon Esau for deliverance.
Yes, they're asking for an unjust people for justice. They're looking for righteousness from an unrighteous people. And it's just, that is about as dumb as a soup sandwich. As the brother Kalak said earlier when we was working. That's some dumb shit. You can't make a sandwich with soup. But you know.
But that was in Ezekiel 33 and 32.
Yeah.
One of the scriptures the brother brought out, he said this devil deal in a land of righteousness. He deals.
That's in this.
Salakia. What is that? 9 or 10? Verse 10. Salakia. Back in verse 10, it say, "In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, man. He deal unjustly, man. Through his through his teeth, man. You know, those who enforce his policy, man. You know, the courts, the police force, all right, the military, and now you got his stores where you can walk into a store today and they demanding that you wear a mask, man, which utterly breaks the Constitution, all right, in the state of Florida, man. Which is what you see that right there is them being just throwing away the Constitution, man. Which shows that he deals unrighteously, man, by way of his trickery and his wordplay and his laws.
Right.
Funny enough, in the Constitution, it says that you're supposed to throw away the Constitution. You're supposed to
revise it every 7 years.
Every 7 years, and they haven't done it. They just stick to the old.
So basically, that's Psalms what 40. That's Psalms what 50. Salakia.
Well, you find it.
55 and 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
And that's what Esau does. He just breaks covenants, man.
He broke his own covenant.
He broke. That's what he does. Like, I mean,
He put it in, Salakia, but he put it in there for him to break. A nigga, man.
yeah, Esau the real nigga, man.
He the real nigga on the earth. You know, he just what you would call he's a pump faker. He be pump faking.
Christopher Columbus, he said, "Hey, I'm finna go to India." Boy, I found India. It's Colombia. Nah, he just make up shit. Hey, I found this place.
And that's their nature to do shit like that, man. They're never concrete with all their ways. At one point in time, gay marriage was unacceptable. Unacceptable in America. They homosexuality. Period. Was on the Republican Party was so against that. Now they're for it. You feel me? So it's like they changed. Like they're a wavering man. They're double-minded men. They're never concrete on all their ways. You know, and that just shows the instability of them as a nation. But they're looked upon as being the strong because of their delusion. They put strong delusion on individuals through their lies and deception, man. But the only reason we're allowed to be decepted by them is because the Most High allowed it. Just because he wanted to show you, man, this is wicked. They are the wicked. Look at them. But you got 2/3 of our people that still won't see them being wicked. Go ahead.
I got precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 10. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord.
And that's talking about, that was within Israel right there. That was talking about us. So like I said before, like we have surpassed the wicked with wickedness. You know? And that's 2/3 of our people here in America, man. Doing those same thing. The priests, the ones that won't call on the true name of YAHAWASHI, the ones that won't tell you that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast.
That saying that's an embargo
and Christianity and all that.
Real. Yeah.
Like, but see, here's the thing about it. If it was an embargo or a trade embargo, like I would still be able to buy at the store, but it would be high price with hyperinflation because what is America doing? Sanctions and embargoes on these other nations. It's the same thing. So how is that going to be the mark of the beast? You ain't going to be able to do nothing without this mark. It is the RFID chip, man. It's evident that's what it is.
Shit, you can damn near do nothing without a mask right now.
You know?
You ain't going in there. You can't go in there. They gonna call the police on you, or you go, you know.
You gotta leave.
But you gotta agree with your adversaries quickly. All right, so you just gotta put this shit on, be circumspect, and just go handle your business, man. Don't try not to cover your nose. All right.
Yeah. What I do is I put a little slit in my shit right now, so I can like you don't see it. It just looks like the fold in it, so I can breathe out my shit. You feel me? Like, I ain't with that shit, bro. You ain't finna have me passing out this shit. Cause soon as you pass out, oh, he has corona. He has corona.
And the heat, how the heat been just rising.
Oh man, they say it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
I just shared a video. The Arctic Circle is on fire. Where it be below zero, it's on fire.
And you see what I'm saying?
That don't make no sense.
It made plenty of sense when Esau involved. It made plenty damn sense because like they wicked, man, and like it throws the whole earth out of balance. And really, the earth isn't out of balance. What the earth is trying to do is purge them off the earth. That's why you have these hot. That's why the sun kills them. That's why you have these hot temperatures. They say it's supposed to reach the heat index highs of 121. That's coming before the summer ends. It's supposed to be a heat wave coming within the next 30 days. And it's gonna last for about 30, 45 days of temperatures past 100 daily. Now we get that here. I don't understand what a heat index is when they tell you that it's 97 degrees, but the heat index in the real field is 107. Nigga, it's 107.
Right.
That's just it, bro. Ain't like, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
90,
Like,
but it feels like 105.
hey,
It's
that's what,
105,
hey,
bro.
when you go to the doctor or the hospital and they say you got a temperature, oh, that's just the index. My real temperature is really 98.9. I ain't got no temperature. That's the temperature index. Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no.
And it's funny, we talking about the changing of the guard. Israel's supposed to be on top and Esau on the bottom, but right now Esau's on top and Israel on the bottom. And pretty soon that's going to flip. And at the same time, we're in that change of flipping. The Earth's magnetic poles have been trying to flip. So it's like a figurative and literal shifting in the times and in the place that we're in right now.
Like I say, you say the sun hated the sun and the sun hated. You know what I'm saying?
From a physical sense and a spiritual sense.
God.
Both sons, the S-U-N and the S-O-N.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so even, but it's crazy, man. But these Edomites, this song that we sing, we tell our people that they wicked and they going off and that they're living unrighteous, that they get right, so like you, and also tell Esau that you're gonna get greased up. It is what it is. This is not a thing to where you could, because Esau, you know, what I'm saying, Esau never received forgiveness, even though he cried like a baby. It's just no room. Most out of it ain't no room for Esau. Esau ain't making it. Pure blood Edomites ain't making it. If you're a confusion of face, you have a chance. If you ain't 2/3.
One day we was setting up camp, and before we was just like just kind of talking amongst one another, and somebody walked past us and say, "Oh, y'all about to sing?" And of course, you know we ain't about to do no song and dance. But at the same time, Zaquan, he said, "Oh yeah, we about to sing. Yeah, we about to sing a good old song, song the Most High." Just kept on walking.
Song YAHAWASHI. That's what we're singing right now, and that's what it's about. And the end of the song, when the song is over, is deliverance for Israel, man. Once we finish with the song, the last verse is them chariots showing up, delivering the children of Israel, man. You know, to salvation, man. All right, and that's what it's all about. It's about a father who wrote a song for his son, and now we're singing it. That's just it. A father that had a surprise for his son, and we're helping deliver that present for him, which is his kingdom, man. The kingdom of YAHAWASHI. All right, this is in precepts.
Yeah, I got one.
All right.
This is Isaiah 52 and 8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when the Lord YAHAWASHI shall bring again Zion. So the watchmen, the Most High's men that he has set up, they are singing this song. The men of the Lord are singing this song, and these men sing together. Meaning we are all on one accord. We all preach the exact same thing. We all sing the exact same song in the exact key with the exact same notes. There is nobody that's going off. And together we're gonna sing this song around the four corners of the earth until the Lord come back. And when the Lord come back, we're gonna see eye to eye. We're gonna be like him when he comes back. We're gonna sing this song like the brother Kanak was saying. At the end of this song is gonna be salvation, and the Lord is gonna bring again Mount Zion and establish righteousness on the earth forever.
All right. Good point. This is Isaiah 26 and 18. It says, "We have been with child, we have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth. Neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen." Right. Because we ain't able to reap nothing out. We've been in pain.
We've been in straits, been oppressed, been getting greased up. You know, being mistreated, you know, degraded.
Right. I've been in the living room, you know what I'm saying, with my children being born and seeing the pains that women go through. And Israel as a nation is like a woman travail in pain, crying out, hollering, screaming, trying to breathe, you know? While we watching all these other nations rise up and they have not fallen, man. We're waiting on their fall and their destruction. You know, but we know as a people, we can't destroy them until our power shows up. It says, verse Verse 19, it says, thy dead man shall live, together with my dead body shall they rise. Awake and sing, ye that dwell in the dust. For they dwell is...
For thy dew.
Slacking. For thy dew is as the dew of the herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. All right? Come, my people. Right, so we're going to come out of the state of confusion, man. We're no longer going to be in the dust. All right, we're being risen up as a nation through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of YAHAWASHI. We're not going to be able to get it carnally on this earth, man.
That great exceeding army that's standing upon his feet.
Quick interjection. This Acts 14-22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of YAHAWASHI.
Go ahead.
So through much tribulation, man. You know, it ain't saying that it's gonna be smooth sailing, all right? As the brothers mentioned, man, being afflicted, being greased up, man. You know, showing yourself to be a good soldier of YAHAWASHI, man. 2 Timothy 2:3, all right? Enduring hardness, all right? So much affliction as you go into that kingdom, man. So if you ain't going through no type of affliction, if you ain't fighting that good fight of faith, and most importantly, if you ain't doing the work, hey, you're not on that path, man.
Even if your affliction is a light affliction, but the Lord, he don't put more on us than we can bear. So every brother got a level of affliction that they have to deal with. You know, just to clear up that thing, just to clear that up, so you won't be like, saying some brothers might be going through stuff way worse than another brother. You don't want to be like, oh, but if you ain't going through what I'm going through, you ain't knowing this truth. No, everybody got their own level of affliction. Certain things that one brother may go through might make another brother drop out.
Right.
Might make another brother give up or quit or slow down. So everybody got their own level that they have to go through with affliction.
And the Lord knows how to deal with each individual, man, because he made all of us. All right. This is Isaiah 26:20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors upon thee. Hide thyself as if it were a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Now that ain't talking about the coronavirus lockdown. You had them dumb Edomite, wacky-tacky Christians talking about that this is talking about the coronavirus lockdown. That's not what that's talking about. That's talking about deliverance and salvation of Israel. Us being in those apartments in the sky, them chariots. Shutting the door, waiting for the indignation to be over. Then we come down out of the sky as New Jerusalem and start putting foot in the asses of these other nations and executing judgment in the name of YAHAWASHI. That's exactly what that's talking about. You're talking about a damn lockdown.
Going to praise YAHAWASHI and watch the mushroom cloud real quick.
And pour up that little cup that YAHAWASHI said he's gonna drink when he, you know what I'm saying? But that just goes to show, you know how excited we be about deliverance and salvation. And I guarantee you, YAHAWASHI is way more excited than we are to deliver us. And you feel me? Like, so that just shows you, like, he chose to suffer as we suffer. That's why it says in Hebrews, he was made a little lower than the angels. Basically, so he can experience what his brothers has to go through. If that ain't power, I don't know what is.
That ain't sincerity. That ain't meekness.
For real.
What is that? Like Zaquan like to mention all the time about how YAHAWASHI cried when Lazarus died.
You talking about the son of Yahweh, like, who could call legions of angels to come down and just blow this shit up right now. But he's like, nah, I gotta wait for the right time. I gotta do the will of my Father. I can't follow my own mind. You feel me? All right, verse 21. It says, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth. But that ain't... hey, remember how we were talking about earlier? Talking about when parents come up to the school?
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me come up there. Hey, he said, the Lord cometh out of his place. Well, I'm going to come. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. You just stay right there. Stay right there.
If that ain't coming to bring judgment, I don't know what is.
Or so like, be here when I get back.
That's what Yahawashi said. Be all right. I'm coming back. I'm finna sit on the right hand of the Father, and when I get back, you ain't got no choice but to be here. You gonna be here.
Yeah, be here when I get back.
Verse 21, it says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain." All right, so, you know, the Most High is going to expose, all wickedness is being exposed right now through his word.
God.
All right, and the prophets out there on the highways and byways teaching the sincerity and truth. All right, so everything is going to be exposed, and everything's going to be made manifest when Yahawashi shows up, man. You got any more precepts?
Love.
Is that it? Well, that was the end of our lesson, man. And Lord, when it was edifying and served its purpose. And with that, we'd like to say, Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahawashi Yahawashi. We're almost out of here. Don't give up hope. Keep your mind on Yahawashi Yahawashi. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.